probably tell from the slide there, my name's Christopher Quill. I'm the Institute's statistical analyst. I also help produce some of the educational content that we do with Anton, and I run the research and reports through the website. So we have a bunch of macro research and risk reports and data that we sell through the website as well, and I run that. What I'm going to talk about today is the importance of volatility, how you can measure it, and some of its uses. Okay, so it's going to be, some of the concepts might be a little bit similar to some of the things that Raj has already discussed, but hopefully that just adds some more value as well to what I'm going to say. So, before we begin, all the spreadsheets and supplementary material that you see in today's lecture will be made available to you afterwards. All you need to do is send us a message through the contact form on our website, and I put the links up there so you can write them down if you don't know the website already. And basically, the format of this talk is going to be half of it will be a traditional PowerPoint presentation, and then we're going to move over to an Excel workshop type format, where I'm going to go through practical examples of calculating both realised and implied volatility. So why are we actually bothered about volatility? So let's first off start by defining what it is. So in terms of trading and investing, all it is it refers to the fluctuations in asset prices and asset returns. And it's essential for us to actually think about volatility, both in terms of risk and reward or opportunity. And it's actually a very common mistake to overlook the opportunity or the reward aspect of volatility and only think about the risk aspect. So if we didn't actually have volatility in asset prices, then there would actually be no real chance for us to generate portfolio returns. So we actually require it. We need volatility in order to generate returns. And by analysing asset volatility, we can think about it in a number of different ways. So like I said, in terms of risk or reward or opportunity, we can also think about it in terms of the market environment. So what's it actually telling us about the market environment? How much uncertainty is there in the market that we're looking at? And if you think back to Raj's presentation, implied volatility is high and low for a reason. And that gives us an insight into the market environment. What I want to actually drill home to you guys today is thinking about volatility in terms of opportunity a bit more than risk, because I think you will probably be fairly familiar with thinking about volatility in terms of risk. And one of the most important things to consider in terms of opportunity is thinking about volatility in terms of profitable time horizons for investment. I'm actually going to talk about that a bit more in a few slides' time. The other uses for volatility is thinking about profit targets and risk limits, which are probably thinking more about something about position limits, leverage limits, stop losses, things like that. And again, I'll talk about that. I'll mention that in a few slides' time. And again, going back to Raj's presentation, having an understanding of volatility and being able to analyse it can help you structure your trade ideas with options instead of the underlying, and that can give you a marginal benefit. So it can help you create effectively a cost-effective asymmetric payoff. So that's a bit of background about volatility. What I want to do now is actually get you thinking about risk and reward, particularly a risk-reward ratio. And what I'm going to do is basically we're going to play a little game. I'm going to get some audience participation going, and it's a very simple game. It's going to be a fair coin toss. So you get a 50% chance of it landing on heads, 50% chance of it landing on tails. And I'm going to give you two options. In option A, you get $200 for every heads, but you give me $100 for every tails. Or in option B, you get $25 for every coin toss. So I'll just let you think about that for a moment, and then I'll ask you guys by a show of hands which option you'd rather go for, and we'll talk about the outcome. Okay, so who thinks option A? Put your hands up. Okay. And what about option B? So there's some non-participants, I think, but yeah, so basically you guys went for A as a whole. And in this game, that's actually the correct answer, that's the rational choice. The reason being that the expected return per coin toss is higher for option A. So we calculate expected return simply by taking the probability of an outcome plus the payoff of that outcome. So you can see for choice A there is $200 times 50% of the heads plus minus $100, it's $100 for the tails plus $50 per coin toss. That's your expected return. Whereas in option B, it's only $25 coin toss. Now, what if I change the game slightly? And this time, between the options, okay, option A, you get $300 for every heads, but you give me $150 for every tails. Or, you have option B, you get $75 for every coin toss. So again, I'll leave you for a couple of moments to think about it, and then show of hands and go through the answers. Okay, so who's going to option A this time? Okay. And option B. Okay, this time it's pretty close, but it's does anyone have anything to say about how the game has changed? Option C, okay, so the expected return is the same in both options. Okay, so does that mean that we're indifferent as to which option we choose? Does anyone have an answer for that? Yeah, go on. Right. Yeah, so that's the idea that I'm getting at. You're right, you're exactly right in saying that the expected return for both options is the same, okay? But actually, it doesn't mean that we should be indifferent to the choice here. Because this time, in option B, for the same return, we have much less volatility. And that's your sort of risk-reward payoff. So think about it this way. What if you chose option A, and I changed the game after the first 2 coin tosses? Let's say they were tails both times. You now own $300, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just stop the game. That's priced into effectively volatility. Okay? That's the risk of option A. So hopefully that's clear, and that gets you thinking about risk in general and thinking about probability. And in the next slide, I've got a cumulative dollar profit just simulated with what might happen in option A. Hopefully that clears this up even further. Option A is clearly more volatile. They both have the same expected return. Option B is basically just a straight line. I'd happily leverage all my working possessions into investing in option B if I could. But in option A, I might not, because if tails comes up, let's say, a couple of times, I may lose all my possessions. So that was thinking about volatility in terms of risk. Okay, so now I want to move on to talking about volatility and opportunity in terms of opportunity. So the most important question to ask yourself here is there enough volatility in the asset that I'm looking at over the time horizon that I'm considering to invest in to actually significantly overcome transaction costs and brokerage costs? Okay, and if there isn't, then I have two options. Option A, and by far the most important, this is probably one of the most important things I want to take away from this lecture, is we can increase our time horizon for investment. Okay, that effectively increases the volatility and hence the opportunity of the trade, because everyone knows a monthly volatility is higher than weekly volatility and daily volatility, etc. The other way to do that is actually through leverage, but that comes with an inherent risk, and it also increases the transaction costs. So option A is far more important. If the volatility is low, you need to think about extending the time horizon of investment to essentially gain more opportunity to profit. So let's just conclude this opening section here about volatility. We're thinking about it in terms of risk and reward, okay? The risk stuff you're probably familiar with, but I'll just go through it now. So things like setting leverage limits, stop losses, position limits, portfolio limits. So let's take leverage as an example. If the asset's more volatile than another asset, you're likely to have a leverage limit that's actually lower. in terms of opportunity, okay? So that's gauging opportunities and profitable time horizons. Ask yourself that question. Is the volatility high enough to overcome transaction costs over the time period that you're considering with that investment time horizon? And again, going back to Raj's presentation, you can also think about volatility in terms of helping you structure trade ideas through options to increase the marginal benefit of the trade, okay, and instead of just buying or selling the underlying. So that's the background on volatility, okay, that's why it's important, and those are some reasons, some ways in which you can actually use volatility. So how do you actually measure volatility? Well, it can actually be measured in a number of ways. Okay, so you can think about volatility, measure volatility in terms of standard deviations, beta, drawdowns, average ranges. There's multiple ways to think about volatility. What we're going to do, and it's the sort of generally defined way of looking at volatility in the investment management industry, is to think about it in terms of the standard deviation. And we're going to look at the standard deviation calculation slightly more detail at the moment. I know you're all excited about that. And we're going to then move on to a practical example of calculating realised volatility, more about the larger presentation and so on. And also, more importantly, applied volatility, slightly more important to applied volatility, because that's a forward-looking measure. The reason why it's important to get that volatility is because options have a future expiry, so market makers price in the volatility that they do. Whereas calculating realised volatility is historically right to do so. So let's look at the standard deviation calculation. There it is. Exciting stuff. Fortunately, you don't actually need to understand that equation as it is there. Okay, this is a typical example of a mathematical formula that is far more complex, or looks far more complex than it actually is. So I don't think it's important to understand that notation at all, but what I do think is useful to you guys is to understand how that calculation works, because it can put your mind at ease when you use standard deviation as a measure of volatility. So you'll feel more comfortable doing so. So I'm going to move over to Excel now, basically, to do the next half of the presentation, and we can go through some examples and things. Okay, so this Excel sheet is part of the supplementary material that you'll be able to get hold of after the presentation. You'll also be able to get a PDF guide that takes you through a lot of the process that I'm about to go through. So you don't need to worry about following every single step that I say just now. Just try and take away the concepts that I'm talking about. So there's 6 sheets in this spreadsheet. The first one is looking at the standard deviation calculation in a bit more detail. That's what we'll start with. The second one is calculating realised volatility. And then there are 3 sheets for calculating implied volatility. The reason why there's 3 sheets for that is because it depends on what option you look at as to which calculator you should be using. And I'll go into that in detail later. And then the 6th and final sheet that I've got on there is just a bonus sheet I'll quickly show it to you now, which I'm not going to have time to go through in this presentation, but I wanted to include it for you guys to have a quick look at. Basically, it's just a load of payoff profiles for options to allow you to familiarise yourself with options. Okay, so it's got long and short puts, and I've also put in some interesting, more complex strategies that you can try and implement by putting calls and puts together, putting those payoff profiles together, and then go down the bottom of the sheet. So you guys can have a look at that in your own time and see what you think. So let's get back on track. The standard deviation calculation. So here I've got a series of numbers in red, okay, and we're just going to calculate the standard deviation of this series of numbers to keep things simple. How I'm going to explain it is through this chart here. So that series of numbers is represented by red dots on this chart. Okay, so they're the data points. And if you think about all measures of volatility, they actually all require a reference point to measure volatility around. Okay, so for beta, the reference point's the market. Essentially, you measure volatility around the market. Now, beta also has a directional component, but essentially it is a measure of volatility. Think about drawdowns. The reference point is the previous high. You measure the volatility from the previous high. For standard deviation, it's just the average, so the average of the series. So that's the starting point of this calculation. You calculate the mean of the series. I've done that here, down to 6. And in the chart, that's illustrated by the blue line. And all standard deviation actually does is take the difference between those data points and the average. And an average to get a value for the volatility. Okay, that's represented by the black lines. The difference between the data point and the average of the series, and average of the differences, you get the volatility, you get the standard deviation. So to go through that in a little bit more detail, you subtract the mean from each of the series line, there your differences there for each point. The thing is, if you try and average those numbers now, you have some trouble in actually obtaining a decent value of volatility because they all net out at the bottom. Okay, so some are below the line, some are above the line, so obviously they net out positive and negative values. So what you need to do is perform a mathematical calculation, which is square those numbers. Okay, so they all become positive. Then you can take the average of the squared numbers. So you then get a single sort of number for volatility, and then to undo the mathematical calculation, you just square root it, and you get the value of the standard deviation. And if you can obviously skip all that process. In Excel, there's a formula for standard deviation. You can just sort of double check it here. So equals STD, and then in brackets, you can put a series of numbers, and you'll see the standard deviation there is exactly the same. Obviously, it's just cut out all the steps. But the reason why I go through those steps is to basically illustrate how simple it is. It's literally just the average of the differences from the average of the series. So it's a very simple concept. So you should feel comfortable using it, and now you know what it actually is. So now let's move on to calculating realized volatility. And all we're actually going to do is use this formula, the standard deviation formula, on historical prices. Okay. So in this sheet, all I've got here are 4 assets. Okay, the assets are the SPY ETF, so S&P 500 ETF. I've got a US midterm Treasury ETF, a Brazilian stock market ETF, and the dollar-yen currency pair. And all I've got here is 5 years of monthly returns for each asset, and we're just going to calculate the standard deviation for each of those. And just out of interest, I'm going to go through those assets and just see which we think is going to be the most volatile. So who thinks, by show of hands, the S&P 500 is going to be the most volatile out of those assets? Everyone? Okay. Who thinks the Treasury bond ETF is going to be the most volatile of those assets? No. Brazilian stocks? Cool. Right, and what about the dollar yen? They all think that has a high volatility. Okay, so let's go through and calculate it. We just use the same formula that we did before. So STD.P, and then in brackets, you just put the data series in. So in this case, it goes back 5 years. I'm just going to select the whole column for each asset, okay? So you guys will see, I'm just going to copy this formula together. Cells, you guys will see that actually you got correct what you said about the Brazilian stock ETF being the most volatile. What we're doing here is calculating the monthly standard deviation because we're looking at monthly returns. And what I've done to the side there is actually adjusted those monthly standard deviation values into an annualized value, just because that's basically convention in the industry, and it also allows us to compare that to implied volatility values, which comes out as an annualized standard deviation. So So what do these numbers actually tell us? So number one, think about it in terms of what we've already discussed in the presentation so far. So both on an individual and a comparative basis. Think about it in terms of setting risk limits, okay? So we've established that the Brazilian stock market is the most volatile asset. So we're likely to have leverage limits that are lower. We're likely to have wider stop losses, wider profit targets. We can also think about it from an opportunity perspective. We can think about it in terms of profit and time horizon. You might be able to say invest in the stock index over a shorter time period, because all else being equal with the transaction costs, you will be able to overcome the profits on a short period. Okay? What you can also do is think about standard deviation values in terms of probabilities. What I mean by that is, if you were to calculate empirical distribution of returns to these assets, what that means is basically looking in a graph at the frequency of the data points that lie within certain ranges. Okay, you might be familiar with the normal distribution, which is an example of a probability distribution, looks something like this. Okay, and you can look at those asset returns, and it would look something like this curve. Okay, this is the frequency on the left-hand side, and then effectively the data ranges at the bottom. And what this says, what this curve is saying is that most of the data points returns lie around the mean, which you would expect, and very few lie in the tail. Okay, and the normal distribution is a fairly decent reflection of asset prices. And what you find in the normal distribution is that 68% of the data lies within one standard deviation, 95 within 2, 99 within 3. So you can think about using those standard deviation values in terms of probability. So you can say things like, for the SPY ETF here, for example, on a monthly basis, you could say that the SPY ETF is unlikely to move by, so there's a 70% chance roughly that it will move between +3 and -3% around the mean. Okay, so you can think of it like that. There's a couple of things just to quickly note about that. So I said that the normal distribution is a pretty decent reflection of asset price returns. The thing that's slightly different about asset prices to something like human height, which basically follows this distribution exactly, is that the tails are fatter generally in the distribution in the monthly returns. And that means that extreme events occur more frequently than the normal distribution would predict, okay? So the tail is slightly fatter, and also there is a negative skew. What that means is that negative extremes occur more often than positive extremes, and that makes sense when you think about the psychology of the market. When there's fear, prices tend to move very far, very fast. So that's realized volatility. Okay, now that was looking at getting an annualized standard deviation from historical returns, so it's a backward-looking measure. Now we're going to go over to calculating implied volatility, which is a forward-looking measure, which we'll discuss the reasons why. So I said before, you've got 3 calculators in this sheet for implied volatility, because it depends on what options you look at. More specifically, it depends whether the option is American or European in exercise style. That has nothing to do with the geographic location of where the option is listed. An American style option you can exercise prior to expiry or up to expiry, and a European option you can only exercise at expiry. And the other thing that matters when you choose which calculator to use is whether the underlying asset pays dividends. And in each of these sheets you'll see some notes which basically tell you which sheet you use for which options. So you don't need to worry too much about remembering that. All these sheets look pretty much identical. The option inputs are in red, and all the sell values that you need to input are in light orange. Okay, there's a couple more than there are option inputs, because things like the observed option price in the market is strictly an option input. Neither is defining whether it's a call or a put, or it's American or European in exercise. So they all look very similar. And what you'll find at the bottom of each sheet is a bunch of resources, which again, I'm going to go through an example of this in my lines, but basically these resources will allow you to find the inputs that you need to then back out the high volatility. Now, I'm just going to go through a very simplified version of how you can think about the high volatility, how it actually works. Okay? Think about it in terms of having some inputs, which are option inputs, and then they're put into a calculator which produces an option price. As Raj was saying, all of the inputs bar one volatility are known. So it's one unknown, and you know all the other inputs. You actually also know the output, which is the option price. So here you end up with an equation with just one unknown. Okay, so you can solve it. The option price is observed in the market, and that's how we can back out the volatility. So what actually happens here is we have a calculator for option prices, and we put all our known inputs in, and we put our option price in as well that we observe. Okay, and then we iteratively change the volatility number until the calculated price matches the option price in the market, the observed price. And once the difference is zero, we have our measure of implied volatility. Again, don't worry about following all this 100% right now. This will be explained in the PDF. It's also explained in the spreadsheets, okay? So don't worry about some of the concepts that I'm covering if you don't get them right away. So that's basically how it works. So now what I'll do is I'll actually go through a practical example of how you can do this. So I'm going to look at the SPY ETF, which we've already had a quick look at in realized volatility. And the first thing that we need to do is actually, I'll just delete these cells so we can go through this process. The first thing we need to do is actually define which calculator we're going to use. And we do that, remember, by finding options American or European exercise style, and we also find the underlying fixed dividends. So our first task is just to find an exercise style of the option. And there are a number of ways of doing that. You can Google around for terms like product specification or option specification, or say that for whatever option you're looking at. And usually you can find those on the exchange website where the options is listed. So we're going to go on to CEO.com to actually find the option. And don't worry exactly about where I'm clicking, it doesn't matter, you'll be able to navigate through this yourself. Like I said, okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just finding options on exchange traded products on this website, okay? Now on this page what you'll see is a link here to basically product specifications. If I click that, we'll be able to find which exercise style the option actually has, or the options listed on the site actually have. You don't actually need to click that to find this out, as it says in the next paragraph that there will be American style. So that's the answer to our first question. The option that we're looking at, the SPY, because all of them here have the same American style exercise, is American style. So the next question is, what does the underlying actually pay dividends? So to find that out, all you have to do is go down to the resources section, and you can find dividend.com. You click on that, and you just search for the ticker that you're interested in. So in this case, it will be SPY. SPY. Enter that in, and it will tell you the dividend situation. Okay, so at the moment it says there's no upcoming dividend payouts. So you don't know the discrete value of the next dividend, and you don't have an ex-dividend date. Okay, but what you do have is a dividend yield. And by referring back to the spreadsheet, looking in the notes sections, you can see that in this calculator, we look at options with an American style exercise feature and with an underlying dividend yield. And that's also our first thing that we can put in here. So the dividend yield was 2%. Okay, so we put that in that cell there. The next thing that we can find out is the spot price of the underlying. And we can actually find that out on exactly the same website. Next, we'll find something called the risk-free rate. Okay, this is a bit of a theoretical concept because arguably no interest rates are actually truly risk-free, but a decent proxy for it is a short-term US Treasury. So what I've got here in the resources section is a link to the US Treasury curve, click that, and then we can choose the latest value for a short-term Treasury, say 1 month or 3 months. It doesn't actually particularly matter between these, and we can put that interest rate, this is an annualized interest rate, into the calculator. So let's choose 0.01. So now basically we just need to find an option. That's all that's left, and when we find an option we'll have the exercise price, we'll have the expiry date of the option, and we'll have the observed option price as well in the market. So to find the relevant option or a relevant option, we go back to the exchange, which is the CBOE in this case. We'll go down to SPY. And what you'll be presented with here is effectively a list of options, commonly known as an option chain. And this basically gives you a load of details on calls and puts on the asset that you're looking at, with varying strikes and so on. So in order to choose a relevant option, the first thing that I recommend that you do is choose an expiry that roughly reflects your time horizon for investment. Okay, so in this example, I'm just going to look at November options, so it's a month or two away, and I'm going to list all options, not just options near the money, and future. And then again, it comes up with a massive list. From there, so there's actually 2 expiries here. We've got the 4th of November and we've got the 18th. I'm going to use the expiration that is the 18th of November. So we've got a bunch of options. You can enter, you can use calls or puts in the calculator, it doesn't matter, it can cope with both. And what we've basically got here is in the first one, we've got the strike, which is the number after the K in these little codes. So the smallest strike is 50, and this goes up, and the spot price is about 215. It goes up to 350, it's the highest strike here. And then other things we're interested in are things like the last price and the open interest. So we've chosen an expiry date. The next thing we need to do to choose an option that's relevant is pick one that's liquid. Okay, open interest is effectively an indicator for liquidity, is how many contracts are open for that particular option. And what you'll generally find is the options that have a strike closer to the spot price, so they're called near the money, will have more liquidity. Okay, so we're actually going to use an option that's essentially at the money almost, or very near the money. So, and you can see these open interest values on the right hand side are much larger for options that are near the money. We're just going to use one of those. So the reason why we want to choose a liquid option is basically because it makes the inputs a bit more reliable. So I'm going to choose this option here, so that's a 215 strike. So now we have all the rest of our information. We've got the strike price, 215, we've got the expiry, which is the 18th of November, and we can use the last price here as our observed option price, which is 5.29. Okay, so observed option price 5.29. Expiry date is the 18th. And the exercise price was 250. And what you'll find is once you put in all those inputs, the model price comes up with a value that has enough inputs to actually calculate an option price. Okay, so that's 3.64. And what's going to happen, remember back to the simplified version of the calculator, this price, the model price, we want to converge to the observed price in the market by only changing the unknown, which is the implied volatility. Once they converge to zero difference, we have our annualized standard deviation. Okay, again, don't worry, if you don't follow that exactly, you'll get right, and there's lots of notes in here as well. Have a look at it. So for example, let's manually change the volatility from 10% to 12%. And watch this cell here, the option price, the model option price. So it increased. It's gone up to 4.33. It started converging to the observed option price. Now, luckily, you don't need to go through a manual process to actually do this. You use a tool in Excel called Solver. So hopefully it's installed on here. Okay, it isn't, but this is a good example to go through. So if you don't have Solver installed, you should be able to do this through options. Don't worry about this because it's in the PDF. Just install Solver. So you can use this tool called Solver, and it will iteratively change the volatility basically until those option prices match. So we click on Solver. You'll find the parameters are already set up. You don't need to worry about changing those, but essentially all it's doing is setting an objective cell to zero, minimizing it. The cell is the difference between the option prices. By changing the volatility, what you do is you click Solve, came up with a solution, press OK, and you'll see that the volatility has changed to 14.8%. That is it. That's our value of implied volatility. It's an annualized standard deviation. So you can actually hopefully now do this process yourself and understand how it works. You don't need to have a detailed understanding of options exactly to carry out this process. All you need is to be able to run the process and interpret what the number means. So you interpret what the number means in terms of the presentation, the slides that I went through at the beginning. You can also compare this to the realized volatility calculated earlier. So the annualized realized volatility over the last 5 years, the SPY was 11%. So at the moment, the implied volatility in the market is slightly higher. And you can infer things from that as well in terms of maybe you can shorten the time horizon for investment potential if you wanted to. So you can look for opportunities to shorten that time horizon. Also, create smaller position limits since the volatility has gone up. Obviously this changes all the time, so you don't want to be too reactive, but it's certainly useful to keep an eye on. So let's just have a quick recap of hopefully what you guys will be able to take away from today. So the first thing was going through the presentation, okay? It's basically what volatility is, how you can use it. Okay, so all the risk and reward type processes that we looked at, that's how you can use volatility. We then talked about standard deviation, calculating that in a bit more detail so you actually understand and feel very comfortable using standard deviation as a measure of volatility. Then we looked at a practical application. Okay, so we went through the processes of calculating realized and implied volatility, which you should be able to do now as well yourself, and you can interpret those values in exactly the same way as we covered in the slides. So that's all from me. You will be able to get the spreadsheet at the end of today. You'll be able to get the PDF, don't worry, you have to follow everything, and make sure to have a look at those bonus option examples as well.